22nd episode of the Go To Techie Show. I'm your host, Isaac Swenson. Got a great show lined up for you today. First off, if you have any tech questions, feel free to email me at thegototechie@gmail.com. And this show is brought to you by GoDaddy and eMusic. Hop over to my webpage, www.thegototechie.com, and you'll find all my promotional codes and offers right on there, so you can save some money with GoDaddy and get some free MP3s with eMusic. Alright, so first off today we're going to talk about video production. Now, as I mentioned in the last episode, there was a question on Yahoo Answers that just cracked me up about someone wanting YouTube to come and film them and put them on YouTube. Today what we're going to focus on is pre-production and post-production, pre-production and production. Then next week we're going to talk about post-production. But as far as post-production goes, in order to shoot something, first you have to get an idea of what you want to shoot. Normally this entails writing some sort of a script or an outline or something you can follow, while you're shooting the video. Like for this podcast, I write, show notes, which I post up after every episode so you guys can benefit from those. So that's what I do. Movies, they'll write scripts. Short films, they'll write scripts. Even small videos, they'll write scripts for those. So basically you want some sort of a script, unless you're just, filming yourself, doing something like chasing a monkey around the zoo or something. I have no idea. Whatever random stuff people put on YouTube, you don't need a script for that. This podcast is more talking about, if you want to do something that people actually like to watch. So then once you get, your script down, what you want to say, you're going to want to get some shots, what you want people to see. So you want to get some of those, you want to have an idea of what you want people to see in your head. You might even make like a shot list where you're going to sketch out some of the shots. That's a little more advanced, but you can also do that if you want. Next, what you have to do is you have to make sure you have the right equipment and the right stuff to make what you want to make. So the first thing you have to make sure you have is lights. Now lights, there's lots of different kinds of lights. You can buy a lighting kit, you can rent a lighting kit, you can buy cheap lights, which is what I did. I have 2 cheap lights right here that light this green screen behind me, and then I have another couple lights up in front. But basically, you need some sort of a light unless you're just shooting it outside. Then you'll probably use natural light. Next, you're going to want some sort of camera. Now there's a myriad of different cameras out there. There's, you can use some sort of a digital, like a flip camera, or they have a Z. Kodak makes one, Creative makes one. There's a whole bunch of just little, mini cameras you can push a little button and shoot. You can use one of those. You can use your webcam. You can also use a mini DV camera, which is what I shoot this podcast with. You can even use a still camera. A lot of those will take video, and you can even use one of those. You can use a mini DVD camcorder. Other thing you want to be taking into consideration is HD. If you're going to be able to edit in HD, go ahead shoot, and you can shoot in HD. If you can't edit HD video because your computer's too slow or your editing program won't allow that, then you probably don't want to shoot in HD. The main thing with cameras though is that you don't need the best camera. You don't need to go out and spend $100, $200, $300 on a camera. You can just get whatever you can afford. You can buy that and it'll be fine. The quality of your video is not dependent on the camera so much as what you point the camera at and how you use the camera. The next thing you want to maybe use is a microphone. Some people, if you really want to get professional, you can get an external microphone or a boom mic, something like that. That's going to be a lot more expensive and probably something that you're not going to want to do. But if you got the money and you got the right camera, go ahead and use a boom mic or something like that. One of the things you're gonna really want, and I suggest at all costs using, is a tripod. Tripods are basically essential. It helps your shots be steady. It makes life a whole lot easier and makes your videos look a lot more professional. I shot one movie one time without a tripod. It looked bad. I go back and cry every time I watch it. Not really. But yes, tripods are a must. If you don't have a tripod, it's not going to look very good. The next thing is props and costumes. If you need some sort of props or costumes, be sure you get those lined up beforehand so you're not scrambling the day you're trying to shoot the video to find those. But basically, just for your average home video, you're just gonna need a camera and maybe some lights and stuff like that, and a tripod. Don't forget a tripod. All right, now we're gonna move on to production. When you're before you get ready to shoot, you're gonna want to line up your shots so you know what you're gonna be shooting and how it's gonna look. You're gonna want to practice a couple times so you know what you're doing, you know what you're saying and stuff, so you don't mess up. When you do roll the camera, you're gonna want to start rolling the film a few seconds before the action starts happening, so the camera has time to get up to speed. You're going to want to make sure the lighting is right, and you're going to want to do stuff several times. You're not going to get it perfect on the first try. Make sure everything is in focus, nothing's blurry that isn't supposed to be blurry. If you're going to zoom slowly, don't zoom in and out really fast, because that just makes people sick and it looks very unprofessional. Don't make abrupt movements with the camera, just like moving around and stuff like that. It gets people really dizzy. That's also very unprofessional. And once again, use a tripod if at all possible. When you're on camera, you want to be yourself. That's the easiest thing to do, and you'll be a lot easier. It'll make shooting a lot easier. Also, if you're doing something, where you're talking about something, make sure not to ramble, keep to the point, otherwise people will get bored and they'll, click to another video or go onto Facebook or, some other website, and they won't be watching your video. So basically, don't ramble, and otherwise people will click away. But yeah, so that's basically, some of the stuff you need to keep in mind when you're shooting videos. Also, make sure your camera has enough power. I can't count. There's a lot of times where I've ran out of power and had to go back home and charge the battery for my camcorder because it ran out of batteries. Also, if you're shooting in cold weather, the battery tends to run out a lot sooner, so just be aware of that. And yeah, most of all, just have fun. When you're shooting, have fun. It should be a good experience. It shouldn't be this hard, this drudgery and stuff like that. No, make sure you're having fun. As I said, next week we're going to be talking about, post-production, stuff to do after you've shot all your video. And I know I went over this, all this stuff really fast. There's probably a lot of people who are screaming at me because, you went over so fast, there's so much stuff you could have talked about. Yes, I know there's a lot more stuff I could have talked about, but I just want to give you a brief overview. Next week I'll talk about post-production and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm Isaac Swenson. If you have any tech questions, feel free to email me at thegototechiejack.com or leave a text or video response below this video. You can also follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/iswenson. I post all my episodes, stuff up there. So feel free to follow me on Twitter. That concludes episode 22 of the Go To Techie Show. I'm your host, Isaac Swenson. Keep it sweet.